Firstly, creating a mojo hand is not a beginner-friendly work. It involves carefully selecting ingredients which will work well together for a specific purpose, then bringing those ingredients to life in such a way that they become a single spirit. So you need a good knowledge of what herbs and curios are suitable for which conditions and which ones work well together. You also need to know how to bring the whole thing to life. Information, which is very difficult to share in an online, and which is usually taught person to person. There isn't a set color scheme for mojo hands. Some people make them according to the same color symbolism as candles, but historically that wasn't the case. They would be made from red flannel, as that was the fabric given to slaves to make their clothing from, and there were always scraps, or from leather scraps. Usually women made pouches from the flannel, and men tied bundles or sewed bags from leather due to the division of labor in the past. It's still common to make any kind of hand out of red flannel, or to make all good luck hands out of red flannel. It depends very much upon the worker. You can use a pre-made bag if you like, but it should be made of natural fabric and be unused. Those little velvet pouches you sometimes get are not suitable. Some hoodoo shops will sell bags specifically for making mojo hands in. If you can sew, it's very easy to make your own. You can make one by hand in around 10 or 15 minutes. As for when you know you're ready to make one, usually that comes down to your teacher showing you how to do it. You need to know your herbs and roots and curios and how they combine together. You'll probably follow a simple 3-ingredient recipe for your first one. You need your teacher to show you how to wake it up and call it together as a single spirit. And doing this varies from worker to worker. Some use whiskey, some use fire, some use smoke, some use breath, all use prayer. That's the part that you can't learn on your own, and you'll be ready to make a mojo hand when you are shown it. As for simple recipes, there are plenty of 3-ingredient hands out there. The 3-John hand is a good one for general luck and uses a high John root, a low John root, and a Dixie John root. You bury them when they are dead or no longer required. That's what I was taught. To end the life of a mojo hand which is no longer needed, such as one for a court case, you open the bag and let the spirit out. The bag and contents can then be buried. If you want to maintain the good effects of a mojo hand, but feel the hand has come to the end of its life and you no longer wish to carry it, you can do one of 2 things. You can bury the closed bag in your backyard, work under your front porch to keep the good effects in your life. Or you can open the bag, let the spirit free, and reuse all or some of the items in the bag to tie a new mojo. If you are doing this, the new mojo hand and it needs to be for the same or a very similar purpose. Ingredients from a money-drawing hand could be used for prosperity, but ingredients from a love-drawing hand cannot be reused for gambling, for example. Usually not feeding it as you're supposed to can make them turn on you, someone else touching or seeing it. The ashe will leave the bag, no spirit inside it to bad luck you, but no magic to help you either. Sometimes you can revive it with grains of paradise.